Hello, hello. Today we're going to begin day one of our Aurora Skies project. Now my other classes are painting their watercolor background of their Aurora sky first, and then they're going to do the black silhouettes of whatever they wish as a second layer. Because I'm not here today, I'm actually going to have you guys do the reverse. So you're going to start with your Sharpie today, and then when we're back together again on Tuesday, you will paint your watercolor in the background, okay? So it's a really fun project. So the first thing you need to do is get your supplies ready. So let's look and see what we need. First thing, in your art folder, you're going to need the white square piece of watercolor paper. Okay, so this is this little square. You're also going to need your swag bag, and from your swag bag, I want you to take out your pencil and your Sharpie marker, and then you can put the rest aside. And you're also going to need something circular that you can trace. So for those of you who are in person, I'm going to leave with the sub a black circle piece of paper that you can trace. If you're at home, look around and see if you can find something, a round object that you can trace. This roll of masking tape is really excellent for this. You could use something like a bowl or a plate if you have a small bowl or small plate, or maybe an oversized mug. You don't want to have something too tiny, like this is going to be too small, okay? It has to be, pretty large on the paper. So once you've found the object that you're going to trace, take your pencil and you can trace around your circle. And if you make a mistake, there's always the back. On this paper, I also want you to write your name and block. So let's say I'm B2, for instance, and I'm the silver team. Okay, so write your name, block, and what cohort you are, either S for silver, G for green, or V for all virtual. Then what you're going to do, you're going to look up a picture of something that you want to draw. Okay, so on my other computer, I actually looked up a picture of some trees that I'm going to draw. So I'm going to create, I kind of like how in this one, the artist created this curved line for the horizon where the earth and the sky meet. I like that curved line, so I'm actually going to do that for mine. Now when you choose your silhouette, whatever you're going to do in Sharpie, if you're more comfortable starting with pencil, you can start with pencil first. Or if you're pretty confident using Sharpie and you've used it before, you can go straight to Sharpie. Now, if you're going straight to Sharpie, the only thing is, if you make a mistake, you have to make it work for you. Okay, if you don't trust yourself, start with pencil. Otherwise, if you make a mistake, you just have to think, what could I turn this into? Okay, so there's my horizon where the earth and the sky are going to touch. And then I'm going to look at the shapes of these trees. There's like a really neat little texture that you can create to show where those trees are going to go. Now, maybe you don't want to do trees. I'm going to give you a couple other ideas that I thought would be cool. Depending on what color watercolors are in your swag bag, you may want to do something like an ocean scene. I know in my swag bag, I actually had blue and green. So I thought, ooh, underwater would be a really cool thing to do for mine. Or maybe instead I want to do a sky. Maybe instead of showing the ground, I want to do a bird flying up in the sky. So I might Google silhouette of an eagle, or maybe I might Google an animal. Maybe I want to have an animal standing on a rock, like a wolf howling into the moon. So you could have, as your silhouette, instead of the trees, you could have an animal kind of perched up on a rock. Whatever you choose, just make sure that your reference photo is all solid black. Okay, so it shouldn't have detail or design. It really should just be a black kind of silhouette. It might be nice to even leave some white spaces in my trees. I'm thinking that would be cool, because if you leave some little white spaces showing, then it will almost like shimmer in the light. So I'm going to even make this one a little taller to get it, have that shimmery effect of white showing through, little speckles of light. Okay, so today you're going to take your time, you're going to find a nice reference photo. You can start in pencil if you're more comfortable with that, or you can go straight to Sharpie if that works. Let's say you can't find your swag bag. You can use black crayon instead of Sharpie. It will work the same way. Okay, so if you have a black crayon, you can use that instead of Sharpie. If you can't find your folder and you don't have this paper, you're not going to be able to do the watercolor. Okay, so if you can't find this paper or find, you know, some kind of watercolor paper, then you can just use plain white paper, and instead of doing watercolor later, you'll do something like color pencil as another option. Okay, so this is what I want you to work on today, just the black part of your Aurora sky. And then when we meet next class, we'll add the beautiful watercolor to that. Okay, I hope everyone has a wonderful art class today. Oh, one more thing before I go. Please make sure you keep this in your folder, because next time we meet, we'll be continuing on this. Okay, whether you're at home or in school, it doesn't matter. Everyone is going to have this with them for art class. Okay, have a great day.